Namaskaram, hello, welcome to Cinephile India. In this video, we are going to review Kantara Chapter 1, which is a prequel to the 2022 Kannada blockbuster Kantara. Written and directed by Rishab Shetty, like the first part. Rishab Shetty took whatever formula that worked in the first part, which is an action thriller that is mixed with traditional folklore that actually delivered a huge blockbuster for him in 3 years ago. He took the same formula and turned the notch up to all the way to 11. The climax of this movie was absolute bonkers to watch it on the big screen. It was madness. It was madness. But I must say, the journey to get to the climax was not all happy path, because Rishab Shetty, the way he wrote the screenplay, I think would have been better. The movie suffers from excessive length, especially in the first half. There are a few sequences where Berme, the character played by Rishab Shetty, plays around. I'm using the term plays around very liberally here. But there is a lengthy sequence involving a chariot that goes on for almost 10 minutes. That felt like a chore to watch, and it also does not add anything that we already know about don't know about the character. So those are some things that in the movie that felt like they could have been trimmed and chopped off entirely, and the movie would still deliver whatever it was trying to show us. That is where I felt Rishab Shetty's screenplay and coupled with the editing could have been better. And also there was generous sprinkling of comedy, attempts at comedy, I will say, sprinkled throughout the movie. Even in a serious sequence, some character tries to evoke some laughs, but then I must say none of the jokes worked or landed, because you are in a completely different mood. I don't know what the creative choice, reasoning behind this creative choice was, when Rishab Shetty tried to show some comedy. But all said and done, the second half of the movie takes a 180-degree turn, and then boy, does it give you the goosebumps that I was mentioning. Just when you think that in the second half the music was hitting the crescendo, Rishab Shetty pulls out yet another trick from his screenplay and then delivers you a surprise in the climax that I can guarantee 99.999% of you won't be able to guess what you're gonna witness in the climax. That alone is going to save the movie from being a disaster. And I must say, this is one of the best climaxes that I watched in any movie this year in the theater across any language. And that is the kind of impact the climax generates. I mean, the action choreography, the set pieces, the way it was shot, the entire action set piece, the climax run for 35 minutes, it actually is not just the action, the kind of suspense, the twist that Rishab Shetty delivers is what brings gravitas to the entire movie. And that literally single-handedly made me say that this is the movie that you must watch in the biggest screen possible. My only gripe with the movie, besides the length and the obvious screenplay issues that I mentioned, was I wished Rishab Shetty explored the folklore a little bit deeper in this movie, because in the first part, the Kantara that was released 3 years ago, we are shown Punjarli, one form of a god that is a descendant of Lord Shiva. He was sent to Earth to protect humans. And in this installment of Kantara, we are shown Guliga, another god, also born with Shivagana, sent to the earth to protect people. Punjarli and Guliga, if you read the folklore, they have fundamentally very different personalities. I wish Rishab Shetty explored the difference in personality to deepen the folklore a little bit more. Instead, it turned out almost similar. When you watch the first one and when you watch this one, it feels like both Punjarli and Guliga, they come across as a very similar, but in fact they have a very different personality. And I think that was a missed opportunity, I felt, to make this entire story more grounded in folklore. That was my other major thing with this movie. But other than that, if you look past these obvious things, and again, look, if you were to nitpick any movie, I can find 1,000 defects in any movie you can show me. But the thing is, ultimately, did the movie entertain you or not? Absolutely it did. And I'm highly recommending everybody to watch Kantara Chapter 1 in the largest screen possible for the sound, the music, the action set pieces, the choreography, the cinematography. You won't be disappointed. That's it for this review. Kantara Chapter 1, and we'll meet again in another video of a review of another movie. Until then, take care.